All right, so you've decided to do doTERRA as a business. You're here, you're all in, you're ready to go. And the question that might be swirling in your mind, and I know it's a question I get a lot from people who are just starting out and people who are also trying to lead their team. What do I teach them first? So whether you're brand new and you want to know what to do first, or you just enrolled your first person and you're wondering, what do I tell them? Well, I'm here to tell you the first step is super easy, and it's becoming a product of the product. And while you might think that you need to become an oil expert, or you might think that you need to be in the medical field, you know what? A registered nurse enrolled me. So for a long time, I thought, well, I have to be a nurse, I have to be a doctor, I have to know all about sequiterpenes and moterpenes, and that is not the case. Guess what? I'm going to take the pressure off right now. You do not have to be the oil expert. You know who the expert is? Right here. I've got one right here next to me. Let me introduce a resource. Okay, happens to be the Essential Life book. It could be Modern Essentials or any other book that you use. But those are the experts. That's who gives you the protocols and what you're going to be using. So if you know the alphabet and you can go A to Z, you have yourself an expert, okay? And I also want to put this one aside, put this fear aside as well, if you're thinking this. Oh, I don't want to be a salesperson. I don't know many people. I don't know how to sell people. I certainly don't want to sound salesy. Well, in my 5 years of doing doTERRA, if I ever sounded salesy, I was doing it wrong. And people are not going to be attracted to me if I sound salesy. So guess what? You're not the salesperson. Do you know who is? I have them right here too. They are ready to make an appearance. The salespeople are these guys. All right, your oils. Your oils are the salespeople that are going to be doing the talking and the acting and the showing up. Guess what you are? You are the facilitator. You are merely the connector. People have needs, you have a solution, and it is your job as a doTERRA business person to connect the two. Do you get that? Solution, needs, solution, connect the two. So the pressure's off. You're not a salesperson and you don't have to be the expert. But what you do have to do is become a product of the product. And why does doTERRA require us to be on 100 PV LRP? Well, if we're going to earn a commission with doTERRA, they do ask that we have it set at 100 PV. 1 point is roughly $1 for the most part, okay? And so why do we do that? Well, because you have to have your own aha moments and your own personal testimonies, because you are going to be sharing this with your friends, your loved ones, people that you meet, your family members. And this is a relationship business at the core. So those individuals in your life, they trust you, right? They trust you, and they are going to be looking to you to find out, well, what did you use? What did you get? How did that work for you? They're going to ask you those questions. And if you don't become a product of the product yourself, how on earth are you going to be able to answer that for them? So it makes sense that the first step to your doTERRA business isn't getting a bunch of guides. It isn't signing up for a bunch of other stuff. It is just using the product on a daily basis. When you wake up, grab an oil on your nightstand. When you go to eat your breakfast, go grab your supplements, your Lifelong Vitality. Take those before the day even starts, okay? And here's a really cool tidbit, that when you are a product of the product and your loyalty rewards is set at 100, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second, but if you're a wellness advocate just starting out your doTERRA business and your consultant rank, which is the first rank for everybody, we all start as consultants, your personal volume has to be 100 a month to earn a commission check. Well, you know what's cool is if you're a presidential diamond with doTERRA, which they make millions of dollars a year, your personal volume has to be 100 PV with doTERRA. So I love that about this company. They are not trying to gouge us. When you make more, they don't take more. It's still only 100. So I think that is super cool. And if you are wondering about the loyalty rewards program, I'm going to go into detail in the next couple of videos, but I want you to think about it like this, okay? I have two favorite stores in my entire life, Target and doTERRA. Honest to goodness, those are my two favorite stores. And through those two stores, I can get just about everything I need to sustain my life on a daily basis. So when I go to Target and I hand them my $100 bill, and I do often, right? When I walk out, they do not hand me anything. And if you have a red card, some of you are thinking, well, I've got a red card. Okay, so you get 5% back. Awesome. Well, here's in contrast what happens in doTERRA. I hand doTERRA my $100 bill, and it's like they gave me a $10 gift card. If you're just starting out, you start at 10% loyalty rewards. They're handing me a $10 gift card every time I go to walk out the door, not to mention pay me back for my shipping. And if you stay on loyalty rewards long enough, like I have been on it for as long as I've been doing doTERRA, I get 30% back. So you know what happens at doTERRA for me? I hand them my $100 bill, and it is like they hand me a gift card for $30 every time I shop. Could you imagine if you were walking out the door at Target and they handed you a gift card for $30 just for spending $100? That's what LRP is. So whether it's a business person or your next door neighbor who's 90 years old and doesn't want to build a business, they still want to get on LRP because it is the most intellectual way to buy oils. So now you're thinking, okay, you've convinced me, I'm on LRP, I want to build a business, I get the 100 PV. What am I going to put in my cart every month? I'm glad you asked. Let me show you. Okay, so here's what I usually run through with people is I give them the Live Guide. And if you are in Australia, I know you don't have these available in your back office, but you can download them from the site like I have done here. So if you're wondering what to put on that loyalty rewards, you're going to look at this Live Guide, and it's going to go through what your wellness lifestyle pyramid looks like. And so it really starts with, I won't go through the whole thing, but it really starts with the foundation of eating, exercise, and managing your daily stress. Instead of, see that top one, proactive medical care, that's what we usually do first here, especially in the US, right? Well, let's start at the bottom of that pyramid. And it starts with just eating right. I mentioned the Lifelong Vitality Pack. That is doTERRA's #1 selling product. And it promises, doTERRA, it's a money-back guarantee that if you don't have more energy, less pain because of inflammation, and better mood, who doesn't want better mood? If you don't have all three of those things, you can send back empty bottles and get your money back. And what an amazing thing when you start telling your friends and family about it, that you can give them that guarantee. That is an awesome guarantee. So start out with eating right. There's some recipes here. And then get moving. This doesn't mean you have to do curls and push-ups and bench presses every day. Just get up and get moving. Some ideas on wellness lifestyle habits that you can incorporate in this realm. Then we move on to rest and managing your stress levels and our emotional balance. And so this is about what kinds of oils would help keep us at homeostasis. What kind of oils would help take the edge off? What kind of oils will give us less anxious feelings throughout the day? So if you're wondering, my two favorites, Serenity and Balance, and I use a lot of Motivate, all right? Then we move on. Everything that we do in our homes, you don't even notice what you're using in your toilets, in your dishwasher. You can reduce toxic load just by introducing lemon, grapefruit, the On Guard products, and you can take out a lot of the toxins. So if you're wondering, gosh, I always get my laundry detergent at Target or Costco, you can stop doing that and actually get it from yourself, because doTERRA makes the On Guard laundry detergent that is so much better for you and your environment. And if you've been making those 5-gallon jugs yourself, no more. You don't have to do that anymore because doTERRA's got you covered. Okay, moving on. If you have some targeted support that you need, you can look at this page. I would highly recommend everyone get a Correct X, which is like a Neosporin, a very natural version without the crude oil. And then Past Tense if you have any kind of tension anywhere. But those are my favorites. You're going to find your own. This is a recap here of the wellness plan to just go through what would I put on my order. And then if someone didn't do this with you, we will talk about this later in training. But the wellness consult on page 16 here, you can just write your wish list items here if you like. And on page 17, there's a list of the products and gives you a little tidbit, a little blurb about each one to help you get started on what you could put to start incorporating natural solutions on a monthly basis. And then, like I said, I'll cover it in the next video, but loyalty rewards honestly is the smartest way to buy the oils. And if you have your LRP set at 100, then you will earn that commission. All right, and I'll get more into that in the next video. And then this is just where you contact, but you know where to find your upline, you know where to find me, and you've got a mentor that's going through this with you. So I really hope that you understand now the pressure's off. You don't have to be the oil expert. You just have to be a product of the product and incorporate them into your life every day, starting right now. Okay, let's see how many products we can use just today. All right? LRP is going to be described in detail in the next video, so don't miss it.